Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Life. Swap. Young and restless Connor Floyd takes over Billy Flynn's Days of Our Lives. Roll well. Here's a twist we're pretty sure nobody saw coming. Days of Our Lives and Young and Restless are swapping stars. What does that mean? Our sister site Deadline reports that Connor Floyd is about to join the cast of the Salem set, Sudser, as a recast of Chad DeMera. This comes as Floyd's young and restless character, Chance, is about to show up in that show's big summer storyline, which centers on Kane Ashby, now played by Billy Flynn, who until recently was playing Chad. Confusing, right? And it will get even more so thanks to Days of Our Lives' super advanced shooting schedule. That means that for at least the next few months, Flynn will be appearing on both of the Sudsers. In fact, he's likely to continue doing so until sometime in 2026. Meanwhile, although Floyd is set to start taping the Peacock soap this week, he won't actually appear on screen until, you guessed it, sometime next year. Certainly the timing is a tad odd. After hardly appearing on screen at all over the past few months, Floyd's Chance will this week find himself caught up in the intrigue unfolding in France. On the plus side, this should give the actor plenty of time to pick Flynn's brain about the part he'll soon be stepping into. Want one more confusing little factoid? The characters currently being played by the men on Young and Restless were once father and son. Yes, there was a time when Kane, then played by Daniel Goddard, who is now General Hospital's Dalton, pretended to be Philip Chancellor, Chance's dad, so that the real Philip could continue to play dead. Ain't soap life grand? Meanwhile, proving himself a class act, Flynn posted an Instagram story congratulating Floyd. Chad is in good hands. He wrote, "You're gonna crush it, man. We've reached out to Young and Restless to find out how the show will handle Floyd's exit, but as of publication time had not yet received a response. While the show could recast, the character could also easily be written off, as evidenced by Chance's lack of storyline or airtime of late. Might the mystery currently unfolding in Kane's maze wind up having a body count? In the endlessly shifting sands of daytime drama, soap operas have long thrived on surprise castings, shocking recasts, and the occasional jaw-dropping crossover. But even by soap standards, the fictional twist we're imagining today would be nothing short of seismic. Connor Floyd, best known as Chance Chancellor on The Young and the Restless, stepping into the shoes of Billy Flynn's Chad DeMera on Days of Our Lives. Imagine it. One of Genoa City's stoic and noble sons becoming Salem's tortured prince. Two legacies, one switch, and a galaxy of possibilities. Call it life swap, call it casting chaos, call it just plain soap gold either way. Buckle up for a deep dive into how this move would append everything. Act 1. Trading Genoa City for Salem. How did we get here? Let's set the stage. On The Young and the Restless, Chance Chancellor is the type of man every woman wants, and every man respects. Loyal, honest, wounded by life, but still standing strong. A detective with integrity. A father with a broken heart. A son of the Chancellor legacy. Born from wealth but carved out of trauma. Then there's Days of Our Lives, Chad DeMera family empire. While Chad shares Chance's loyalty and complicated relationship with fatherhood, the similarities end there. Chad is volatile, romantic, and occasionally okay. Often blind to the truth until it smacks him in the face. But in our wildest what-if scenario, Fator rather, a twist of contract negotiations and casting roulette, has Connor Floyd leaving Genoa City behind and parachuting directly into the middle of Salem, USA. Act 2. The fans react. Can he really pull off Chad DeMera? Soap fans are passionate. Soap fans are protective. Soap fans don't do well with change until they do. When news of Connor Floyd taking over for Billy Flynn breaks, Days message boards ignite with emotion. No one but Billy Flynn can be Chad. Wait, Connor Floyd. He's great on Y&R. This could actually be interesting. If they wanted a recast, they picked the right guy. But can he handle Abigail's ghost? Let's be honest, Billy Flynn's portrayal of Chad is iconic. He brings a depth of pain, passion, and privilege that few could match. But Connor Floyd has quietly become one of daytime's strongest leading men. His work as Chance, especially during the episodes surrounding Rhee's death, his separation from Abby, and his fraught role as a father has proven he can do complex, layered grief. Could he convincingly mourn Abigail while navigating corporate chaos and baby mama drama? In a word, yes. Act 3. Chad. Rebooted Connor's version of a Salem staple here. Where things get juicy. The Chad we know is a legacy character with deep ties to everyone in town. But under Connor Floyd's interpretation, we'd get a slightly different Chad, more stoic, more reserved, with a quiet emotional intelligence that simmers beneath the surface. Connor's Chad might be less explosive than Flynn's, but far more methodical, even calculating. He wouldn't throw punches. He'd set traps. He wouldn't storm into DeMera board meetings in a fury. He'd walk in calmly, mask firmly in place, hiding a plan. Imagine the chemistry between Connor's Chad and Stephanie Johnson, played by Abigail Klein. Sparks. Yes, but sparks, tempered by a haunted restraint. This Chad wouldn't just fall into bed, he'd resist until the emotional dam breaks, and then flood Salem with one unforgettable night. Connor's Chad might also approach fatherhood differently. Instead of tearful breakdowns, he'd exude the kind of protective steadiness Thomas and Charlotte would lean into. And when confronted by villains like Kristen or E.G. Cold Steel in his gaze, the kind that says, "I'm not afraid of Y.M.U." Refined. Act 4. Billy Flynn's exit. The end of a glorious era. Very recast comes at a cost. And in this tale, it's Billy Flynn's Chad that must make his exit. Picture it. One final, emotionally charged goodbye. Chad stands over Abigail's grave, whispers a goodbye, and disappears into the night. No fanfare. Just the painful quiet of a man retreating from the town that broke him. It's the kind of exit that would have soap watchers reaching for their tissues and set the stage for an epic return. After all, no one ever really leaves Salem. But in the meantime, the torch is passed. And with Connor Floyd taking up the DiMera mantle, we're not losing a Chad, we're gaining a new one. Act 5. A cross-soap collision. What if Chance meets Salem's elite? Here's where it gets even more delicious. Let's blend the lines and imagine a true soap opera. Crossover universe. What if the young and the restless in Days of Our Lives shared the same universe, and Chancellor, instead of becoming Chad, actually traveled to Salem undercover? Maybe Victor Newman, suspicious of DiMera Enterprises' new interest in Chancellor Winters, sends Chance to investigate. He's given a new identity, a new life. He becomes Chad DiMera. But in the process, Chance gets too deep. He begins to care about Chad's kids, about Stephanie, about the broken legacy he's trying to clean up. In other words, he becomes Chad. Now, that's the kind of meta, mind-bending twist daytime fans live for. Act 6. What Connor Floyd brings to the table. What exactly makes Connor Floyd the right man for the job? 3 words: range, restraint, and realism. Range. Whether he's playing a broken husband, a steely cop, or a devoted son, Connor brings gravitas. He doesn't oversell his emotions, he lives them. Restraint. In a genre that often leans into melodrama, and we love it for that, Floyd offers a grounded performance style. It's not that he lacks intensity, it's that he lets it burn slowly. He builds to an emotional climax instead of jumping in headfirst. Realism. He brings a quiet truthfulness to his roles. There's never a moment you don't believe he is Chancellor. That skill would make his transition into a Legacy Days character believable even if fans need time to adjust. Act 7. The chemistry test. Can he click with Salem's leading ladies? A huge part of whether a recast works boils down to one thing: chemistry. Can Connor Floyd's Chad make the sparks fly? Let's test the waters. Stephanie Johnson. We touched on it before, but this pairing has the potential to be an emotionally complex slow burn. Stephanie is used to more reactive Manalix Kyriakis. Anyone. Connor's Chad would challenge her, draw her in with silence, not bravado. Nicole Walker. Too soon. Too wild maybe, but let's face it, Nicole's been through the ringer, and a calm, compassionate Chad might be just what she needs. It wouldn't last forever, but it'd be good TV. Sloane Peterson. Here's a curveball. What if Sloane, always the schemer, tries to use Chad to her advantage, only to fall for him herself? Imagine the Massand, the heartbreak when she realizes she can't control him. Act 8. DiMera dynamics. A new type of power player. What's a Chad without his family? Connor's version would likely clash in new and unexpected ways. While Billy Flynn's Chad often butted heads with EJ in fits of emotional outbursts, Floyd's Chad might take a more chess-like approach, slowly undermining EJ from within, outsmarting Stefan, silently outmaneuvering Kristen. It'd be a new era for DiMera. Less chaos, more control, less drama, more strategy. And in a way that might make him the most dangerous DiMera of all. Act 9. Life after Chance, who replaces Floyd in Genoa City. The other half of the equation, of course, is Y&R's loss. With Connor Floyd off 2 days, darker, moodier version of Chance who comes back from assignment changed forever. Or would they write Chance out, entirely have him leave town for a high-risk operation, never to return? That might devastate fans, especially those holding out for a Chance Heather reunion, but it would leave the door open for Floyd's return. Act 10. A soap opera renaissance. This fictional swap wouldn't just be a curiosity. It could be part of a bigger shift in how soaps see their stars. Why not have actors float between shows more often? Imagine a shared daytime universe where Chance goes to Salem, Stephanie visits Genoa City, and Jack Abbott finds himself in Port Charles. Soap fans are loyal, smart, and always ready for more. These kinds of casting crossovers could breathe new life into long-running shows. And with talented, versatile actors like Connor Floyd leading the charge, the possibilities are endless. Final act. Connor's curtain call. From Chancellor to DiMera. So, where does this all leave us? With a thrilling hypothetical, yes, but also with a deeper appreciation for what makes an actor like Connor Floyd stand out. Whether he's holding a badge in Genoa City or wielding power in Salem, He's got that rare, quiet charisma that can reshape a show. And while Billy Flynn will always be Chad DiMera to many, a life swap like this reminds us of what daytime does best: reimagine, recast, and reinvent. So here's to Connor Floyd, wherever he may land, and to the fans, who know that in soaps, nothing is ever final. Epilogue, a note from the fans in the end. Soap operas aren't just stories, they're legacies, and fans are the true stewards of that legacy. So whether you're hashtag Team Billy or hashtag Team Connor, there's one thing we can all agree on: drama this good, it never goes out of style.